Welcome back. It's time for us to continue the rounds here in Ordis. The port city. Hello? Contributing large sums to the war effort is what is in vogue in high society right now. Topics like so-and-so's family has contributed so many millions, or that family's not being outdone either. A strange trend, don't you think? I mean, until recently, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing somebody trashing the government's policies. That became a trend in Heimdall after the declaration of war, too. It could be the influence of the curse, but it seems like that's not the only factor at play here. Probably got our good pals at the intelligence division to thank for that. Manipulating public opinion is kind of their thing. I had a feeling there was some weird shit going on here. Sitting around here ain't gonna accomplish jack. Let's hurry up and get going. Right. Alright. I mean, I do understand not wanting to permit this conduct of Calvard's, but am I the only one who thinks something strange is going on? No. I doubt this would be Alistair, yeah. Even though you had the exact same model. My brother got drafted. Father ordered me to help out with the family's business in his place. I've been so busy lately that I haven't had any time to go and see Marjorie. I have to finish this work as quickly as I can and find some time to see her. My brother got drafted. Father ordered me to help out with the family business in his place. And it's the exact same after that, right, okay. Bloop bloop. Boom boom boom. There's Claire.
Governor Regnitz.
Thank you for coming out to meet me, Major Rebelt. I appreciate you keeping an eye on things while I was away.
No, this is part of my duties, after all. Good work with the coastal inspection, sir.
Sorry to hurry you, but I'd like to get right to it. Let's talk about the security detail. Understood. Why don't you fill me in as we walk? Dad. Major Revelt. And Major Claire's in Ordis. It isn't only the Imperial Defense Force, but the Railway Military Police as well. If they're cooperating with the Governor, we'll need to stay sharp. Right, and we have a duty to observe my dad's actions too. Let's stay on guard while we gather information. Either way, hanging around here isn't exactly the best plan. Be careful not to get too close. Yeah, maybe we should leave for now. I see them! They're down there!
Who would have thought we should meet again so soon?
Indeed.
It would appear the Azure Chevalier was with them after all. Georg was indeed correct. I suppose I have little choice but to perform my duty as a knight. Will you be able to complete your quest? I'll be watching with great interest.
We done investigating already? Yeah, all the info we got now. Should take some time to go over it together and draw up a plan. Is there anywhere you could recommend, Muse? The Sea Breeze Tavern comes to mind. It's on North Street. I know the place well, and I'm sure I can get us a table in a cozy corner. Works for me, let's head on over. Let's not, we're not done the rounds. Calm down. Full-scale war with Calvard? That's a wonderful opportunity for us. If you look back at our history, Erebonia's nobles were most noted for their military accomplishments. If we nobles rack up great deeds during the war, we can show the government what for. We may even see our family name restored to its past glory. My son came around to my line of thinking. Let him sign up. He'll get it done. Well, that war sounds perfectly fine to me. That son of mine better come back with some military honors to his name. Jeebus. Oh, I remember you two. Can't get close, apparently. Gee, what's with the furniture in here? Hey, Oliver. Feels like Mama and Papa are always fighting lately. keep telling them to get along, but they just ignore me. Oh no, you have it wrong, Miss Lilybell. They're not fighting. That's, just a special way mummies and daddies show affection. I don't get it. Oh dear, I've really confused you, haven't I? You see, these are very difficult times. Your parents are under a lot of stress. How about we give them some space? Okay, I guess. Miss Lilybell is getting sharper by the day. Not much is going to get past her. Must remain here and support her. But Miss Lilybell is growing up so fast it makes me weep. All I can do is watch over her as she continues to grow. Well, good on you though, mate. Good on you. Mama and Papa, I've been cranky all day. I wonder if there's something I can do. Stop the war? Oh wait, you're just a kid. The ore mined on our land is going to be requisitioned. And they've been pestering me about handing over the grain stores too. The demands from the government get worse with every passing day. Should I side with the Viceland army instead? No, the government must have spies on me already. What do you think I should do? Why are you asking me? What do you mean, why? Right when I was trying to decide whether to side with Lord Ballard, remember? What are you talking about? You're the head of a noble house. Try to act like one for once. Why are you getting mad? You're supposed to be the one leading the Galton family. You can't come to me for every little thing. You can't just look to others to solve all of your problems. You need to think for yourself. Just when I thought he'd learned. After the Imperial Provincial Council, he's still the same as always. Does he think you're relying on others to make decisions for him when he's supposed to be leading people? My duty as his wife to support him, not make the decisions for him. You best not be misunderstanding that. Well, give him your ideas at least. Don't just say, think for yourself. Ideas, suggestions, something. My wife got mad at me again. This is how it always is. And I really wanted to know what she thought about all this too. I'll do something this difficult all on my own. Oh, what do I do now? Oh, good luck, mate. Good luck. Doubt, yeah, I was gonna say I doubt there's anything upstairs that wasn't in the past as I recall. Been a while since I did the rounds in Cold Steel 3. Here, anyway. So now I'm reduced to patrolling around Ordis, the port city. I'm being ordered about by the Imperial Defense Force and the nobles all glare at me. Then there's the matter of those guests over in the mansion. Feels like drawing the short stick, but you gotta work with what you get, I guess. Hold on a sec. I feel like I've seen you guys somewhere before. You sure you're not just imagining things? Seriously, man. With my dashing good looks, I stand out wherever I go. Dashing good looks? No, there'd never been a place like this. Those two really don't hold back, do they? You'd never think they were both wanted men. I'm glad to have them on our side, though. As for the guest the guard was talking about, the hunch wasn't wrong. The Empress must be here. And Toa. Can't believe my luck getting sent to patrol Ordis. The port city. How much longer until they transfer me back to the Heimdall Military Police? Try getting in contact with Chief Warrant Officer Brighton. I went to the Cayenne estate with Bishop Robbins earlier. But those high and mighty Imperial Defense Force soldiers give us a rather rude welcome. Just who do they think they are? It's like they've got those poor people in there under house arrest. As a member of the clergy, I can't ignore their plight. There must be some way for me to comfort them. How about I bring them my special cookies? I'll go every day starting today. Those smug soldiers won't know what hit them. Operation Cookie is a go. So many suffering because of conscription and requisitioning. Such outrageous injustice cannot be permitted. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to start distributing my special cookies daily. That should lift people's spirits. Oh, she's out for war, isn't she? Her own private war. Right now, I'm meeting community leaders in various regions. and touring nearby villages to hold mass for the people. Between families being torn apart by conscription and those unable to get by on wartime rations, many are struggling. Taking Sister Sienna to Cayenne Estate may have been a mistake. The way she's acting, to make sure she doesn't cause any more trouble. I visited the Cayenne Mansion the other day to deliver a letter from the Archbishop. Bringing Sister Sienna, might have been a mistake. Doesn't cause trouble. She's just gonna make some cookies under the guise of Operation Cookie. Yes. Oh, hello. Since the Navy took control, nautical trade has basically ground to a halt. Our family is going to be in dire straits if this continues. Marquis Regan, you have earned the respect of many on the western coast. I am in need of your wisdom. I am honored that you regard me so highly. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I suspect nautical trade will come to a halt for a fair while. Will it truly? The government is intervening in West Coast trade by way of the National Mobilization Law. If the most cunning merchants will find their best efforts met with too much bureaucracy to make it worth the effort. Even I've had to use my own wealth to support residents who have lost their jobs. I'm sorry I can't help you more. No, thank you for trying. I just need some time to process. See, now we'll have to find some other way to support ourselves. Indeed. If there's anything else, just let me know. I will do what I can. Thank you, Marquis. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. Not at all, just knowing where things are headed is a great help. I wonder what steps to take now, though. I'm not short on anxiety myself. We don't know what times like these have in store for us. We've all got to look out for one another. To be sure, my friend, I appreciate your advice. My precious son was drafted. All I can do now is pray for his safe return. I will pray for Prince Oliver's peaceful transition to the next world, and for the Emperor's recovery. The Imperial family is the symbol of our country, and yet such terrible tragedies continue to befall them. Adios, please bring peace to the hearts of the Imperial family. The 4 archbishops of the Empire attended the funeral of Prince Oliver that was held at Heimdall Cathedral. After that, however, the meeting the head bishop called to order seemed to be the main topic of conversation. I've heard the general picture. Beggars believed that this would happen in our world. What a chaotic turn of events. Still, we of the Church must remain abreast of the situation. There have been increasing reports of people here in Ordis, the port city, suddenly lost to this peculiar delusion. And there are those who find great relief in the mass held at the cathedral, but there are just as many who don't. This situation is grave indeed. At least the Archbishop is staying informed thanks to his sources in the Congregation of the Sacraments. Is he now? The guy calling the shots at Ordis, the port city's cathedral. What's his name again? Archbishop Bramfeld? Heard he's a generous old fella. He is indeed. His reputation is sterling. He was a friend of my father's too. Ah, hello. You're the instructor who visited us before. You seem a little tired. Why don't you rest here a spell? You look as though you're carrying a heavy burden in your heart. I hope you can find some respite. Thank you, Your Grace. Should I assume you already know all about the trouble we're in? A little birdie may have told me a few things. It pays to have friends in the Congregation for the Sacraments. One of them in particular was a great help to me 2 years ago during the Civil War. 2 years ago during the Civil War? Rean, do you think he means... I do. He must be referring to Gaius' master, Barkhorn. He'd been with the Growlser for a long time. It wouldn't be strange if he was acquainted with the Archbishop. He was always traveling here and there, checking on the spirit veins. Oh, I'm going to miss him. But he wouldn't want me to be consumed with grief. The Church's mission is to save people, and he fulfilled his duty to the end. And on that topic, I can tell you've all been working very hard, but I bid you to take a moment to rest while you're here. Wow, you can see right through us, huh? Thank you, Archbishop. I am glad to see you too, Muse. If you need anything, just let me know. We'll accept your kind offer. We could use a quick break. Well, let's have a break then. Done. I've heard some of what you've done, thus I know the gist of your story. About you, Ashen Chevalier, and about Muse as well. You have been carrying a heavy burden. I pray you can put those anxieties to rest, even for a short while. Now that I think about it, the curse seems to have less of a foothold here in the church. It may be just a temporary respite, but it might do you good to reflect and pray a while. Oh well, thank you very much. Right, so let's head back outside then. One thing I'm liking from this cold, by the way, because I'm recovering from it at the moment, I can feel better, is the best way of putting it. It's like just a slightly deeper voice as a result. So characters that I feel would have a deeper voice, I feel I'm doing better. But trying to do like female voices, even the slight cadence I do, it's very difficult. And it's only a slight cadence. Only. Last week, a man of the Andrews house, our long-term rival, tried to have me pass a letter on to Lady Mercedes. I was going to ignore it, but I couldn't find it in myself to upset Lady Mercedes like that. I waited for the opportune moment when her busy father would not notice, and reluctantly set up a meeting between them. And these two had some real nerve to discuss elopement right in front of me. Indeed. The Andrews family has been the enemy of my lady's house for generations. Normally sneaking out in the middle of broad daylight would be unforgivable. But the letter said he had urgent business to discuss with Lady Mercedes. As such, I had no choice but to arrange a meeting for them, despite the difficulties. He's been conscripted, hasn't he? Heathcliff. I didn't think I'd be reunited with you again so soon. What was this important thing you wanted to discuss? Ah, yes, you see. The reason I had you come here today is to ask, Mercedes, will you abandon everything and travel to a new land with me, to live a new life together? It's like an invitation to paradise. Spending my life with you would be a dream come true. But I'm just not ready to choose a path that would cause my family pain. I know I'm a coward. Please forgive me. I understand. Please don't cry. I know your sweet nature better than anyone else. I shouldn't have put such pressure on you. I'm so sorry, Heathcliff. You have nothing to apologize for. I was being selfish. The thing I want most in the world is to see you smile. So please, lift your head up. Aww. I want to see how their story pans out. Hopefully we will. Welcome back, Master. Hope your meeting with Count Floral went well. Yes, what was my daughter been doing while I've been absent? Lady Charlotte has been out with a friend. But which house is this friend from? I don't want to betray her, but I can't lie to the Master. The friend is not of any noble house, he is a commoner. Balderdash, what? Charlotte has disobeyed me? Lately, I hadn't had time to speak with my daughter. I'd been curious what she'd been doing lately, but... Oh, Charlotte, why did you disobey me? How many times have I told you not to associate with commoners? Jeez, mate. Personally, I'm quite glad to see Lady Charlotte associating with commoners and learning about city life. But the Master does not look kindly on commoners. I'm so sorry, Lady Charlotte. He was in a bit of a bind, I wouldn't blame him. He's got a duty to uphold, that sort of thing. I'm just thinking, like, she's probably poking in his eye right now, like, poof. Poof. It's the Thor's Branch campus, folks. I'm so glad to see you've returned safely. I'm sorry if we've made you worry. Speak for yourself. You know you feel the same, Ash. Does that mean we can cut the small talk then? Yes, the Master believes that what happened with Ash was all part of some plot too. Actually, there's something I'm dying to ask you. Is Lady Ferris alright? Do you know where she is? Well, I'm so sorry we haven't been able to get in contact with her. Oh, I see. Oh, Lady Ferris, please be safe. Adios, I beg you. Bring her back home safely. We have to give this everything we've got. Nope, it wouldn't have hit him in his eye. I was just curious whether or not she was poking him in the eye. It looked like it. For me and Citrine, Lady Ferris is the first person we ever assigned to serve under. We have been together since long before she joined the military academy. I get very anxious when I think about what's going on. I've broken several plates today alone. I need to pull myself together. Otherwise you're going to have a big bill. Indeed, I have to go out on an errand for the Master. Can you see to things while I'm gone? Master Vincent is back too. If something urgent comes up, be sure to let him know. Alright? I shall hold down the proverbial fort in your absence. Incidentally, the regular update from our contact afar arrived, but... From Serifa, correct? In that case, I don't imagine it will be too urgent. Please relay to the Master when he takes his dinner. Understood. The Master and Leon are both so busy. We have to make sure we're pitching in around here too. Unfortunately for us, Rennie is a walking disaster around dinnerware. Will she only be satisfied when all the plates are smashed? I know she's worried about my lady, but the job of a maid at times like these is to support the master of the house. I'm going to have to speak to her again. Forgive my curtness, but things have been in an uproar for days on end. I have to head out now, but the master is in his study. Is he? Another petition from the petty nobles who are struggling. The clandestine deals made with the government have certainly made their effect. So many issues yet remain. Aren't you all... I know. What are you doing in Oris? Port City. It's been a while, Count. Sorry to surprise you. I am simply working as a member of Thor's, nothing more. I see. So the Viceland army has been left in the capable hands of the general. However, that does not change your position as a noble lady from one of the most important families of the Empire. If I could, I would take this opportunity to lodge a formal complaint or two regarding our current situation. But something tells me you have some wily plan in mind already. It is my duty to remind you to act with care in these times, though. Thank you. I feel safe leaving what happens next with you. Please help those nobles who don't have much standing. You place a heavy burden upon me, my lady. However, Marquis Regan and the others are also lending their aid. I will do what I can. I'm glad to hear it. Hope we meet again soon, your lordship. It may be a terrific responsibility, but as the time calls for it, we have to do what we can. Between being under huge pressure from the government and the whereabouts of my daughter Ferris being unknown, I have a fair amount on my mind. My eldest son Vincent is going around lending aid in as many areas as possible. I'll do what I can on behalf of the Floral family. I expected to see something in here regarding the quest. I think because we still got that quest, haven't we? Kappa's missing both business memory and relocation. Yeah, so it's like, where are we meant to go now? No, I don't know. Maybe back to Riviera Court? But yeah, I expected something here in regards to that. There's no way we're getting into the Duke's mansion through the front door. There are RMP and Imperial Defense Force members patrolling. Let's leave for now. Ding-a-ding-ding. So we'll head back to... It's definitely it, isn't it? There was nothing in the church, and there would be an exclamation there, obviously. So it's got to be back at the Riviera Court, because there was still an exclamation there, wasn't there? There's got to be something going on in here. Ah, I missed this. That window. The thief really did sneak in. It'd have to be through the entryway or a window around here. Yeah. Well, if they were here, they don't seem to have left any trace behind. No signs of forced entry at the door either. If someone broke in, it must have been a master thief, or... There never was a burglary to begin with, right? Let's go check out some other areas. Okay, is that gonna end? Oh, what's... That's my desk where I take care of my paperwork. I'm terribly sorry for the mess. I was in a hurry this morning and everything is still splayed out on the desk. Hey, isn't this the relocation notice in the trash pile? Thought that the relocation notice and the permit were lost together, but... Hey, what the hell, man? Just left one out here like this? What? I thought I sent them all out already. What happened? I sent the wrong thing out. Actually, I realized this morning that I forgot to mail some of the paperwork for the move. I removed the relocation notice from the cabinet and sent it all together. I was very rushed. If it's still here, then perhaps... Maybe you screwed up which papers you were supposed to send out, yeah? Yes, that does seem to be the case, doesn't it? I have no excuse for my oversight. I'm so sorry. You're always so diligent, Hereford. A simple mistake like this isn't like you. So the document that you mistakenly sent out was the permit, then? It's highly possible. When we looked around the store, we couldn't find any traces of a thief. The only explanation is that one of your employees made a mistake. Like what should or shouldn't have been sent out, for example. You were very thorough, weren't you? Hearing this, your theory does seem on the mark. So we can expect the permit to have been sent out to the party the relocation notice was addressed to. Yes, the address was Lord Galton's estate in the Noble District. Oh. I was expecting the Florawood household, you know. Let's head there immediately. Good idea. Please wait a little longer. I'm counting on you, Schwarzer. So it was the Noble District. Just... Not that bit, Noble. It's gonna be that one, isn't it? It's the only one we're allowed in, yeah. There we go. This must be Lord Galton's butler. Excuse me, can I bother you? How can I help you? Rean asked whether the letter from Riviera Court arrived. You must be talking about the letter we received recently. Honestly, I cannot say I was thrilled over the contents of that letter. What did it say? Butler Oliver handed over the letter. The hell is this? This ain't a relocation notice, just business stuff. All that's in it is operating profits and orders they made for after the move. That's correct. It seemed it was addressed to a store called Glycine's Flower Shop. Ah. I do suppose anyone can be liable to make a mistake. But it feels relatively rude to my master. He's been a patron for many years. We're really sorry, this is the right one. Rean handed over the relocation notice, addressed to Lord Galton. Well, thank you very much. Didn't think there would be another mistake. Yeah, maybe the florist has the permit then. It's possible. Glycine's Flower Shop is on the North Street. Let's go take a look. Right, so now... Let's go to Strauss's, because Strauss is sort of like opposite, isn't it? I actually have something that I'd like to ask, Glycine. Sure, what's on your mind? Musée asked if the florist had received a letter from Riviera Court. You must be referring to the invitation I got. To be honest with you, that's something that I'm a little stuck on. Glycine presented Musée with a piece of paper. This is addressed to Kleist Mall. All it says is details as per our earlier discussion. If this is some matter of business, I'll do what I can, but I really don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I'm not even sure what to say to the folks at Riviera Court about this. Oh, this has all been one big misunderstanding. This is the letter meant for you. Musée handed over the letter addressed to Glycine's Flower Shop. Thanks, my lady. Sorry for the hassle. Don't even mention it. This kind of screw-up could put a real dent in Riviera Court's reputation for a while. Yeah, that's for sure. At any rate, we should head over to the business district and drop by Kleist Mall, right? That sounds like just the right time to find that permit. Alright, Kleist Mall it is. Oh, you guys are back again. Yeah, there's actually something that I wanted to ask. Rean asked if the mall had received a letter from Riviera Court. Oh yeah, we did get something like that. I heard the move was a done deal, so I just assumed it was an invite to the grand reopening. I haven't even opened the envelope yet. Hold on a sec, I'll bring it over. Wait, this ain't no invite. It's a permit for opening a new store. Exactly like we thought. Such a move must have left them absolutely wrecked. Sheesh, what the hell are they doing? Messing up with something this small when our dirty tricks couldn't even trip them up. Herman gave Rean the permit. Thanks, Herman. We finally got the permit in hand. Just a stone's throw away from Riviera Court, no less. Guess it can be hard to see what's right under your nose sometimes, huh? Yeah, you said it. Should we head back to Riviera Court now? So the permit was actually sent to the Kleist Mall. It must have been quite troublesome for those who mistakenly received the permit. I cannot apologize enough. The full responsibility of this error lies with me. I will bear it entirely, even if it costs me my position. Wait a second. Saying that the relocation notice was originally my task to handle. It was because I was tired, so I asked you to take care of it for me, Hereford. This is actually all my fault. No, if that's how it is, then I'm to blame for not noticing what was being sent out. No, none of you are to blame. Our eviction order came so quickly, and you've all been working non-stop preparing for the move. The blame lies with me for not being properly considerate of you all, despite how exhausted you must be. All's well that ends well. My thanks to all of you. You've really saved us here. It's true, I can't thank you enough. With how things were looking, I thought I'd never be able to face Ferris again. I'm just glad that the permit was recovered in the end. It's a pretty serious mistake. To be honest, I'm not sure I can imagine anyone making this kind of mistake, no matter how busy they are. Do you think it was the curse? I guess we'll just have to shelve that matter for now. The curse isn't going to be responsible for everything. Well, we need to keep working on our preparations for the move. Please forgive me, I cannot thank you properly at the moment. Don't let it bother you. We can't let things end like this, can we? We'll help out right up until the move. Oh, for crying out loud, did you forget what our real objective is? Oh, this is just another one of Instructor Rean's fantastic qualities, after all. Oh my, I am completely lost for words. I'll definitely take you up on your offer. Oh dear. Class 7 helped Vincent and the Riviera Court staff move their supplies. They opened up shop in a corner of the harbour, albeit in less than perfect condition. Led by Margarita, the staff of Riviera Court raised their glasses in toast. Rean and the others joined in the festivities and wished them good luck with their new storefront. Oh dear. Thanks to all of you, we managed to successfully reopen. I have said this already, but I truly wish to express my thanks. Thank you all so very, very much. My pleasure? Looks like Margarita's back to her old self. I don't think I'll ever get used to this. Of course, I'm grateful to you as well, Vincent. I'll give you a relaxing shoulder rub later as well. Oh no, I couldn't possibly impose, especially since my shoulders are not stiff at all. Your attitude's made a complete 180 from earlier. Please don't make this any harder than it already is. I already knew about this, but the heart cannot be so easily swayed. You shouldn't allow physical appearance to distract you. Allow me to express my thanks as well. You truly saved us in our hour of need. In Riviera Court's long and venerable history, we've never faced such a trial as this. They must be prepared to face even more challenges going forward. We shan't falter. I swear it on the honor of Thor's and the Floral family. Same goes for me. Vincent and I are going to make Riviera Court a bigger success than ever. Vincent? Margarita? Wow. I'll be looking forward to seeing what you two do from here. From the sound of things, you'll have your fair share of challenges coming up as well. Take care of yourselves. I know you have it in you to succeed. Lovely. Oh? Yeah. Oh. Oh my, that stunts. Right, so we shall end this part here, and the next part we'll do a little tiny bit of rounds before we head off to the Sea Breeze Tavern. So ta-da for now!